What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT TAKEOVER New York review. The show from April 5th, 2019. I'm assuming it's the 5th of that one. Yes, it is. And obviously, they're in Brooklyn, New York, in the Barclays Center. You know, I guess you could say this is kind of TakeOver Brooklyn, but because it's WrestleMania weekend, and they talk about being in New Jersey, or should I say the shadow of New York City. We're gonna call it TakeOver New York instead of TakeOver Brooklyn, whatever. On the promotion of WWE with the brands, the brand of NXT, and what pertains to NXT UK as well. Well, for just that one match, we'll get to that momentarily. You have Mauro Naro, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson, your commentators. And when Percy Watson's not there, basically for the United Kingdom Championship match, you have Mauro Naro, Nigel McGuinness, and Vic Joseph. You also have your commentators from your Spanish commentators. You have your ring announcer, Caleb Braxton. You have this interviewer named Sarah Sharby. Now again, I don't know how you say her last name, but she's basically has done some work on NXT, and sometimes be on there most of the times, but she was never acknowledged that much. But anyways, but she was there. There was a pre-show happened. The pre-show panel was Troy Caruso, Sam Roberts, and Pat McAfee. I did how you say his last name. I don't know, but yeah. Now, as far that basically, that all the way. Now let's get to the show. And the show opened up first. It's the War Raiders defending their NXT Tag Team Championship, I meant to say, going up against Aleister Black and Ricochet. Now, if you remember, Aleister Black and Ricochet won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament to not only win the trophy, but to also be the no more contenders to face the NXT Tag Team Champions at TakeOver New York. And here we are, War Raiders, which is Hanson and Rowe, defending it against Aleister Black and Ricochet. Match lasted 21 minutes and 10 seconds. And all I can say about this match is what a great opener match this was. This was a great way to kick off the show of NXT. With nothing but just one great tag team match that we had here on the show. The entrances that the Warriors had was pretty cool. Basically the same thing they did from TakeOver Phoenix, but it ends up being doing a little bit differently, because this time Warriors ends up rising up from the smoke, while they had their Viking armies with them, basically between them. And it was pretty cool, a pretty cool entrance that they did, and I like how this is a type of entrance I love to see out of the War Raiders, and they did. Then we get Aleister Ricochet and then Aleister Black. Aleister Black has a new vest, just to say that. And Ricochet, Ricochet is Ricochet, the one and only. So yeah, the match out of these two teams basically was both teams looked pretty good in this match. I mean, no surprise there, especially for War Raiders. They always been a fan of War Raiders, even when they were called War Machine in outside of WWE. But yeah, in this match, obviously War Raiders was gonna win, and they did. But as always, when pertains to the booking of NXT, they make it look unpredictable of who's gonna win here. And in a way, I thought Aleister Black and Ricochet was gonna defeat War Raiders in this match, and the looks of it, it looked like they were going to, but it never happened. So yeah, this was just being a back and forth action, and we see Roll doing something I never seen him do before, and that's doing his doing his version of flipping onto his feet and everything, which um I thought it was pretty cool that he did that. Um, Basically, that's supposed to be a Hansen's job, but Roll ends up doing something and I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah, like I said, at one point that basically Ricochet also back looked like they were gonna win, but then also I think it was Hansen who broke up the count. It was very well done. Basically, I don't know how what to say about this match, folks. It was just incredible watching this match, and man, Warriors, they really stepped it up on NXT, as which is no surprise, if you've been watching NXT, yeah, I know how Warriors, they've been stepping it up, and it just didn't cease to amaze me. So in the end, Warriors ended up winning the match, like I said. Now it was coming in basically it was predictable, but as the match was going on, especially from the tail, look like it's gonna be the tail end of the match, where look like Aleister Black and Ricochet was gonna win. They made it look unpredictable. So it was pretty cool the way it was done. So yeah, but Warriors ends up doing the fallout to Ricochet, and Aleister Black tried to break it up, but was too late. So Warriors ends up winning, and still the NXT Tag Team Champions. After the match, they showed some sportsmanship. The two teams showed some sportsmanship, and then Warriors leaves the ring as Aleister Black and Ricochet. They end up getting a standing ovation. They start bowing down and basically saying their goodbyes to the NXT fans, to the NXT show, because that's it. Once basically once we get to the Superstar Shakeup, we'll find out what the fate is going to be for Ricochet and Aleister Black. Now I don't know if this is going to be a tag team, or they're going to split them up to be their to go on to branch on their own. Basically go on the separate ways. But we have to wait and see what they do with that. But yeah, folks. All I can say, is Ricochet and Aleister Black on the main roster, whichever wherever they're going to go on Raw or SmackDown. Good luck to them. Hopefully, WWE doesn't ruin them. That's all. That's the best thing I can say about that. So, but yeah, other than that, what a great way to open up the show of NXT Takeover New York. Before I get to the next match, just want to say that the one thing I did forgot to mention about Rowe, he did do a suicide dive in the tag team match, which I thought I'd never seen him do before. So it was nice that he did that too. For something new in his moveset. So now we get to the next match, and it's the NXT North American Championship, which is the Velveteen Dream defending his North American Championship against Matt Riddle. Match lasted 17 minutes and 35 seconds. Now Matt Riddle came out first, obviously, because he's the challenger, and then also we get the champion coming out last, which is the Velveteen Dream. The Velveteen Dream's entrance, he was on the not podium, but like he's got his own throne, which he got four guys carrying him to the ring, and basically the way he looked too and all, he had a jacket with kind of like in fact I'll show you. It's kind of like this basically. Basically it's a Billie Jean jacket, by the way. Billie Jean is not my lover. But I'm not saying that he was basically doing like a Michael Jackson, which by the way, thank God he wasn't, because I would have been pissed off. But it was almost similar to that too. But basically it was half black and half purple on that side, and I think it was with this color too, with the basically with the sleeve part. And I don't remember how else it was done too, but I thought it was pretty cool. The outfit that he was wearing. He's supposed to be he's a flamboyant character, because the Velveteen Dream is supposed to be like Prince and everything. So, and basically he had a crown too. Basically, look like he's the Statue of Liberty, he had the torch thing, but it wasn't one of those things that I love and all that, but I thought it was pretty cool. And basically, he was in challenging you know, the Macho Man Randy Savage entrance from WrestleMania 7 when you know, Randy Savage was on the throne with Queen Shirley and Queen Shirley and you got these you know, these upcoming wrestlers you know, carrying them to the ring. It's the same thing on the Velvet Dream's doing, except he doesn't have a woman with him, which I don't think he should anyways, because you know his character is that he attracts men. but yeah, the Velveteen Dream has his own throne. Basically, he was in challenging Macho Man Randy Savage, because he's a fan of Macho Man, and he influenced some moves of Macho Man Randy Savage into his moveset. So yeah, nothing else to say about that. Now, as far as the match was pretty good. You know, we had Matt Riddle dominating the match. And by the looks of it, they have him looking like he was working as a heel in the match too, which kind of pisses me off, because Matt Riddle is supposed, you know, to me it doesn't come across a guy who's a heel, because the way he carries himself and the way his personality is, you know, he's about you know, living life and everything, and bro, you know, that, you know, wicked dude, you know, all that. So basically, Velveteen Dream's kicking the ass, you know, against the Velveteen Dream. Not saying that the Velveteen Dream was being dominated, but in a way he kind of was. But he still fought back though. And you got some fans, you know, going for Velveteen Dream, and then you got fans going against Matt Riddle, which kind of pissed me off too, by the way. And then to make matters worse, you know, basically the fans got what they wanted to hear, because. And basically, the Velveteen Dream was in challenging Hulk Hogan too, by the way. He was hulking up for some reason, you know, in the middle of the match. And then Matt Riddle was selling it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, Matt Riddle selling the Velveteen, you know, that he's scared of the Velveteen Dream, and then and he's constantly in love like it's the greatest thing. That annoyed me. That irritated me, you know, during the match. So I was saying to myself, you know what? When is Matt Riddle going to win the match here? But fortunately, that's not what happened, because as soon as he got the bro mission on the Velveteen Dream counters into a pinfall and pins Matt Riddle to retain the NXT North American Championship. And I say to myself, are you fucking kidding me? Matt Riddle loses to this guy, to the Velveteen Dream. So you know what this means? It means he's not going to the main roster yet. What? What the fuck? I don't want to see the Velveteen Dream on NXT anymore. Move him up to the main roster. He wants to go to the main roster, so move him up to the main roster. Why are you keeping the belt on him? And why, of all people, you had the Velveteen Dream beat Matt Riddle? You gotta be fucking kidding me with this bullshit. I can't believe this shit, man. I really can't. Oh my god, I was livid. But at the same time, I still enjoyed the match for what it was. I thought the match was good too, you know, for on the show. But I hated that the Velveteen Dream lost. Why take away the you know, Matt Riddle's moment? That should have been Matt Riddle's moment. Instead, you give it to the Velveteen Dream, who should be established to finally move up to the main roster. Which it would be better for me, because I will continue to watch NXT without the Velveteen Dream on there. And then Matt Riddle could carry himself as the new NXT North American Champion. But no, we're gonna keep the belt on Velveteen Dream because we don't want to lose him. Fucking stupid. So next we get to the NXT UK wrestlers going at each other for the WWE United Kingdom Championship, which lasted 25 minutes and 40 seconds. You had the challenger, Walter. And he goes up against the WWE United Kingdom Champion, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. And folks, I said this match was going to be a great match. I said this match was going to be a show stealer. It was going to be the best match of the night, and it didn't disappoint. This was an amazing match. This was a great match. This was and I'm going to say this too. It was to me, in my opinion, it was a classic match between Walter and Pete Dunne, because these two guys were being the living hell at each other. They were killing each other in this match. They were going with some great wrestling moves in the match. and you know, and I just couldn't believe how great this match was. I want this match to continue. I didn't want this match to end. I want where's the the fight forever chance where you need it for this one. I mean I think there was at one point, but at the same time I'm like these crowds were into it. I was into it. I'm pretty sure it would if I could speak on behalf of anyone else that was watching NXT Takeover New York, that they were also into it too as well. Oh my God, this match was incredible. It was just unbelievable. Pete Dunne, it was tormenting Walter by going to his fingers and everything. Walter, with some knife edge chops to Pete Dunne, some hard knife edge chops, and Pete Dunne was at one point was firing back at it, and basically said, give me hit me more with that and everything. Pete Dunne, he was a beast. Now, Walter was a beast too, but Pete Dunne was showing how much of a beast he is by taking those stiff knife edge chops from Walter. Oh my God! And then Pete Dunne hit his finishing move, the bitter end, but that didn't end the match. Like, what the hell? And I'm trying to remember if Walter hit the powerbomb at one point. I think he did, but Pete Dunne is kicking out that too. And then in the end, Walter from the top rope does a body splash onto Pete Dunne, basically squashing him, and win the match like that. So yeah, it's that. So that's basically it, folks. Pete Dunne, which it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate, and I shed a little bit of tears when Pete Dunne lost the belt. I'm like, damn it, man! I didn't want him to lose that belt because it's gonna be only a matter of time that he's gonna be moved up to the main roster, and I don't want him to move up to the main roster. I mean, if he's going to go to the main roster, have him go to the sort of main roster of 205 Live, because at least he'll be safe there. Because I don't want him to go to Raw. I don't want him to go to SmackDown because they're gonna fucking ruin him. I don't want him to go yet. But this was the end of Pete Dunne's title reign of 685 days. And yes, it was I thought it was gonna be 687 days, but I guess based on how the video package because it was gonna be a takeover in New York. I guess that's why it was set like that. So I guess I must have thought wrong about that when they first did the video package back in from the Go Home show. Excuse me. And I think I saw I may have saw wrong too from NXT UK as well, but I don't know. I guess I thought wrong of it. So I guess what I meant to say in that video package is that his reign is going to stop from 685 days, and to see what happens if he could try to defeat Pete. If Pete Dunne could try to defeat Walter, then it'll be 685 days and counting if he's still the EU United Kingdom champion. But unfortunately, that's not happening. So Walter has to win the match. Either way, folks, even though I'm a little disappointed that Pete Dunne is no longer the champion. But at the same time, I wasn't mad because I still enjoyed the match for what it was. And Walter is one of my new favorites now for in professional wrestling. And with him being the WWE United Kingdom champion, all I can say is that who's gonna beat him now? Who is gonna beat Walter? I don't know who's gonna be able to do it. Walter is unstoppable on NXT UK. So unless they do a fatal 4-way or a triple threat, a fatal 5-way, that's the best way you could try to get the belt off him, while him losing, or a ladder match. Either way, or I don't see Walter losing his belt. Walter, I think, if someone's gonna beat Walter to become the next United Kingdom champion in WWE, you gotta build that person up to be a legit contender to face Walter. So I don't know if that's gonna end up happening in the future, or unless they get someone from NXT UK, signed to NXT UK to be the one to beat Walter. I don't know, but end of an era for Pete Dunne's title reign of being United Kingdom champion. And we have a new era, with someone being United Kingdom champion, and that's Walter, the ring general. But yeah, great match, folks. I'm gonna say it right now. I thought this was a 5-star match. Next to the main event, which I'll get to that momentarily. this match was up there. It was just an amazing match, a classic match, and it's just a show you know, that guys, you know, these guys from different continents, that they can put a great wrestling match, and it just didn't disappoint. So yeah, great. So next we get to the NXT Women's Championship in this failed four-way match that lasted 15 minutes and 45 seconds. So your participants were Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and the NXT Women's Champion herself, Shayna Baszler. So the match happens, and match itself was pretty good too. Nothing but good matches here on NXT Takeover New York, folks. No, there was no bad match on the card here. You know, not one match I can say that it was a bad match, or it was a sleeper match, or it was a weak match. I thought all matches were pretty good. And when I get to the main event, you'll know how I feel about that main event too once I get to it. But the women's match, you know, the only women's match on the card here, and it was pretty damn good too. You know, Io Shirai was obviously, you know, the best women's wrestler. Show her best performance in this match. Kairi Sane was pretty good. Bianca Belair was pretty solid. And Shayna Baszler, well, she wasn't in that much basically. But it did kind of telegraph what they was going to do here with Shayna Baszler, but in a way she also looked dominant too, and I thought she was good. She was pretty decent in the match too as well. But yeah, these women's, you know, at one point Io Shirai and Kairi Sane ended up going up at each other, because one of them was going for the win, and one of them broke it up. It happened twice in the match already. Where Io Shirai tried to go for a pin, and then Kairi Sane breaks it up, and then where Kairi Sane tried to go for a pin, and then Io Shirai broke it up, and they ended up going at each other. And these two wrestled each other before. They're not just tag team partners. They wrestled each other before, before coming to WWE. And they show how they'll go up at each other too in the match, and then they didn't disappoint. They show they put friendship aside, and they show they could be opponents too as well. Shayna Baszler, like I said, she was basically dominating at one point, but then ends up being taken out of the match. And she really showcased that much in the match, other than she did, like I said, she did show some dominance in the match, what pertains to how much of a badass she is, but then you got Bianca Belair, showing her strength in the match and showing how athletic she could be. I mean, there was some part. I think there were about 2-3 parts that was sloppy at one point, but it ends up being pretty good at the end of the day. It didn't really hurt the match at all. I thought at the end of the day, it still was pretty good. So basically, we have Bianca Belair Bianca Belair showing her strength by having Io Shirai and Kairi Sane on her shoulders to go for a finishing move. I keep forgetting what it's called. Basically, it's like a burning hammer, but instead of going for a burning hammer, it's like she's going for to go down and then sat down and everything. But she showed some strength, her strength in there, and all of a sudden Shayna Baszler comes out of nowhere, gets Bianca Belair into the Karakula clutch. Bianca Belair's trying to fight out and everything, but she couldn't get out of it, and also she ends up tapping out. So your winner, shockingly, still your NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. And I see myself, what? Wow, I seriously didn't see that coming. So Shayna Baszler's not going up to the main roster yet either. Like, what's going on here? So first, Velveteen Dream defeats Matt Riddle, and that tells you right there that what Velveteen Dream retain his North American Championship. He's not going to the main roster. And Shayna Baszler, well, we all thought that she was going to end up going to the main roster after she loses this match. Well, not by getting pinned, but for winning. That means she's not going to the main roster either. So she's still your NXT Women's Champion. Like, what's going on here? Like, so Velveteen Dream is staying on NXT, and Shayna Baszler is still staying on NXT as well. Which is basically what pertains to Shayna Baszler. I think the reason why is because Jessica Menduke and Maria Shafrir, they still need some training. You know, they still need work. You know, they need the world the green of their in ring. You know, with, you know, especially Maria Shafir. So I think that's why, you know, they want to keep Sharon Baszler around. You know, to help the two you know, to develop more. But the Velveteen Dream, I still don't fucking get why he's. I'm trying to figure out why he's still on NXT. Because I doubt he's going to the main roster. You know, especially with him being the North American champion. But yeah, Bianca Belair, it was a shock that she won, but I wasn't upset with it. I'm glad. In a way, I was kind of glad that she's still the champion. I guess, you know, whenever Bianca Belair's moment or time will come, it will happen. I think it will happen like around SummerSlam. You know, basically SummerSlam weekend. But it depends on how, if it's gonna happen around that time. But yeah, I still enjoyed the match for what it was, though, folks. I thought it was pretty damn good. All 4 women in the match, damn good job in the match. So that's all I gotta say for that. Before I get to the main event of NXT UK, of NXT TakeOver New York, excuse me. Honorable mentions. In the crowd, you have the NXT UK Women's Champion Tony Nese and her friend Piper Niven. They were in the crowd at one point. Before the Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle happened, and then you have WWE Hall of Famers, and also husband and wives of Edge and Beth Phoenix. And I believe it was before the Walter versus Pete Dunne match happened that they were spotted in the crowd. And then they show, before we get to the main event, they show Kushida, you know, with Triple H and William Regal signing a contract for, you know, for Kushida finally signing with WWE NXT. It was a long time coming to see Kushida making his appearance on NXT. So they show a clip of that of him signing the contract, and it's official. Kushida from New Japan Pro Wrestling is now a part of WWE, be on the NXT brand. And then after that, they show Kushida in the crowd. Kushida you know, ends up you know, being you know, in the crowd to watch the final match on NXT TakeOver New York, which is the NXT Championship, which is in 2 out of 3 falls rules match, which lasted 36 minutes and 25 seconds. And the champion, well, actually, is for the vacant NXT Championship, I meant to say. And the 2 opponents will go at each other is Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, baby, from the Undisputed Era. So yeah, but yeah, Kushida, he was in the crowd, and Kushida, he's gonna be doing great things for NXT. And then when he goes to the main roster, or should I say the sort of main roster of 205 Live, he's gonna do great things on there too. So let's just hope that he doesn't go to Raw or SmackDown after his promotion for NXT, which I'm assuming is gonna be next year, which they probably will say for next year, that he'll make his main roster debut, or should I say his sort of main roster debut on 205 Live. Because let's face it, folks, when WWE sees Kushida on the main roster, they don't see him anything special on Raw or SmackDown. They just put him on 205 Live because he's meant to be a cruiserweight. And basically in New Japan, the cruiserweights over there is called the junior heavyweights. So, and he's a legend from there too, by the way, folks. Kushida. But yeah, there you go, folks. So now let's get to this match, the final match on the card here, the vacant NXT Championship in 2 out of 3 falls match. Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, baby. So the first fall of the match between Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, I don't know how long it lasted, but it felt like it was a long time, folks. I guess you could say about under 20 minutes that they were going at each other, and then finally Adam Cole got the first fall, and I thought it was pretty damn good. And then we get to the second fall, which I think it lasted about a good under 10 minutes, basically, like close to 10 minutes, basically. and then Johnny Gargano is again the the second fall. And then we get to the third and final fall. Who's going to get it? Between Johnny Gargano or Adam Cole. And then from there, they'll start going at it. They'll start throwing all the bells and whistles in this one. False finishes out of it between those two, and also we get Undisputed Era coming in to interfere at one point. We get a referee bump. Undisputed Era ends up beating up on Johnny Gargano, which was Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. So look at that Johnny Gargano was going to lose here, but Adam Cole ends up kicking. But Johnny Gargano ends up Johnny Gargano ends up kicking. Not meant to say, excuse me, if I get the words out. Well, I should point out too, by the way, folks. Johnny Gargano's our wrestling gear, represents his entrance. It was inspired of Iron Man from Marvel, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, I thought basically Johnny Gargano was Iron Man in this match, because of Ring of Title. So yeah, they're going for false finishes, and then at one point Johnny Gargano took out Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, and then Adam Cole was getting the upper hand on Gargano after that, and still Gargano was fighting back against Adam Cole. As I watched this match too, by the way, because I think originally I picked Adam Cole to win, but after everything what's going on with Gargano in this match, I'm like, he's gotta win. Then he's if he's going kicking out of Adam Cole's finishing moves and everything, and kicking out of every time when Undisputed Era kept on getting involved, I'm like, he's gotta win. Then it's gotta be a payoff here. And it was good. I thought the booking was good. I thought the drama was good. The storyline on the psychology was good. I thought it was just good overall, and it ends up being a show. It ends up being next to the WWE United Kingdom Championship match. It ends up being a show stealer too as well. It just calls for a good dramatic type of match that they deliver, and it was. So finally in the end, so Gargano goes for the Gargano no escape submission hold, and taps out Adam Cole for the 3 count and the win. So your winner and new NXT champion, Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, the Johnny Champion, Johnny Takeover. Wow. And oh my God, I was excited. I was going crazy for Johnny Gargano winning that championship, because it's been a long time coming for Johnny Gargano to finally be NXT champion, to finally be the guy on NXT, and which means he's not going anywhere, folks. He's staying right here on NXT where he's safe and sound. Because if he goes to the main roster, they're just going to put him into 205 Live. And on top of that, or even if he even goes to Raw or SmackDown, they will find ways to fuck him over. And good thing he's not going there. He's gonna stay on NXT. So yeah, it was a good feel moment for Johnny Gargano. Obviously the fans wasn't behind him at first, but then as the match was going on, because obviously they were going for Adam Cole, because Adam Cole is a cool heel to get behind and to cheer for. Even though he's supposed to be a heel, but fans love him. But then as the match was going on, from the first fall all the way to the third fall, they end up going with Johnny Gargano because of the third. We got to the third fall of the match, where the fans were in favor for Johnny Gargano, and sure enough, Gargano wins the match, and then also we get Candice Reagan in the ring to celebrate with her husband, and then they leave the ring, they go on stage to celebrate a little more, and then all of a sudden, Tommaso Ciampa shows up. He goes to congratulate Gargano. He hugged, and basically Gargano, Ciampa, and Candice LeRae, they all three of them hug on stage. It was basically a feel good moment. And I'm pretty sure some people's gonna have a problem with that too, by the way. But who cares? I'm not gonna have a problem with that either, because I'm not gonna have a problem with that. But in my mind, I was going through my mind saying people probably have a problem with that because Gargano and Ciampa are they're supposed to hate each other and everything and blah blah blah. And Gargano is the reason why Ciampa is no longer the champion and everything, which is not true by the way. Um, you know, um, I'm pretty sure some people are gonna say that too by the way, but that's not that's not the story that was told. When Ciampa why Ciampa has to be stripped of the belt. But yeah, I thought it was a great way to end the show. But Ciampa, Gargano, and Candice LeRae on stage together, celebrating, hugging, and everything. Embracing that Gargano finally had the fairy tale story that he wanted to end, and in a happy way, in a happy ending way, all that. And Gargano is the new NXT champion. He's the guy. He is the man now of NXT, and it's good. I thought it was great for Gargano, and nothing but a bit of applause for Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, who is Johnny Champion on NXT. Great job for Johnny Gargano. Great job. Great moment for him. He deserves it. And there you go, folks. That was WWE NXT TakeOver New York from Brooklyn, New York. And there you go. That was from April 5th, 2019. My overall story for the show. Before I get to that, I gotta first talk about a couple of other things before I end this review. Moment of the night. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, and Candice LeRae ending the show by embracing and celebrating with Johnny Gargano's celebration of being the NXT champion. Entrance of the night, the War Raiders with the Viking army. I'm not gonna go for the Velveteen Dream. That's why I decided to go War Raiders, because as much as I thought it was kind of cool that Velveteen Dream did that entrance, but I was into the War Raiders entrance more because it was manly. So there you go. Move on the night is the Floating Bro by Matt Riddle in the match against Velveteen Dream, which I thought was pretty cool. Basically, it was him from the top rope and then jumping off and then floating and turning into a moonsault in type of way. I thought it was pretty cool the way it was done. I wish that would have ended the match too, by the way, but it didn't. Instead the Velveteen Dream won, but whatever. Finish of the night, Fallout, which I thought was a pretty good Fallout move by War Raiders onto Ricochet. Performance of the night, I will go with Rowe because for doing some athletic moves that I never seen him do before, especially that suicide dive that he did. So yeah, to me that goes to performance of the night for Rowe. I will go with Bianca Belair because of what she did with Io Shirai and Kairi Sane with her finishing move on both of their shoulders, showing her strength and everything. But I gotta go with Rowe. To me, Rowe will shine more. And finally, match of the night, Pete Dunne versus Walter in the WWE United Kingdom Championship match. To me, it's match of the night. I was debating myself either to go with the NXT Championship or the NXT UK Championship. So I decided to go for the UK Championship instead. Not saying that basically not saying that the NXT Championship match was it's not match of the night. It's still match of the night, but if I gotta choose one thing that's the match of the night, it's the United Kingdom Championship. To me, it was match of the night in my opinion. But some people might say otherwise. But it's it's their opinions too. But there you go. So with that being said, my overall scoring for the show for WWE NXT TakeOver New York, 10 out of 10. Amazing show during WrestleMania weekend. And with that being said, thank you for watching. It's the Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets.